Check this out.
Welcome to BLPA Big Show. Hockey sports, life for the adult athletes.
Woo! Yeah.
Powered by the Beer League Players Association.
You better follow me.
Follow us at BLPA Big Show on every social media outlet. Follow the crew on Twitter at Nicker Jones and Trish at Trish Dangle.
Let's get it. Here we go.
Good week, everybody. Oh, welcome to the greatest hockey show in the world. Almost forgot it, but it's because we have a new intro, so I didn't think we needed that intro, but we still got it. But good week to everyone. Trish, how you doing?
I'm great. I'm so happy to be here.
Happy Christmas week.
Yes, happy holidays.
Yeah, you
so
too.
Excited.
Can't wait to talk about. We're going to talk about some Christmas gifts, what we want, and then everything that comes before Christmas, Festivus, where we've got. I've got some problem with you people, and I'm going to let you know about them. So we got some Festivus stuff from not only us, but also the Beer League Players Association. We asked people what their grievances were, and so we have that. Then we're going to talk some other hockey stuff. There's some stuff going on in the world of hockey. We got hockey coming back, and then we have an interview with an emergency backup goalie for the Nashville Predators that I found playing Beer League in some vintage retro equipment. And so I said, hey, come on the show. And he agreed. You can find him on Instagram. I forgot to ask him this when we interviewed him, but you can find him on Instagram at dimbones_dimbones. And that's DEM Bones. So find him. But other than that, we got an exciting show, I think, for you. But Trish, how's your week been?
It's been pretty good. I've just been gearing up for Christmas. Looks really different this year, obviously, and gearing up for Festivus. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to exclude that. I know that's a really important holiday to you. Want to respect that. But yeah, just getting excited for a little break over the holiday.
Yeah, I mean, like we talked about, like I'm always go, but it's nice to have Christmas. We got the little guy, and he's kind of at that age where he just kind of he knows what's going on. Like he's singing Christmas carols this year. I mean, he's almost 4, but he knows Jingle Bells and he knows Deck the Halls, and so it's been pretty fun. He's running around, he wants to cookies for Santa and all that good stuff. So I'm pretty stoked. It kind of stinks not being able to visit my family, and I know you're in the same boat. But like I said last time, looks like that light at the end of the tunnel is a coming. We got them vaccines. Race. I'm not saying you have to take it, but I'm saying I would take all 3 of them at one time if they would let me right now. So. I'm just ready. I'm ready to get.
I'm glad they're not letting you. That sounds like a bad idea.
Well, I'm just ready to have. I want to have 300%. Well, it'd be 95. So we're looking at 190, and let's just say 90. So I want 280% immunity from this thing, just to really cover my bases. But I'm super glad everything's kind of moving in that right direction. It kind of stinks that our tournament in Philly got canceled because they weren't opening the rink, and now we have at the end of February. I mean, we've done these tournaments. I mean, we've done them, and they went okay. Like we were safe, but I know it just takes one time and one person to have it. But I mean, we tried, and so we're kind of in that thing. Like, should we go ahead and do this one, or people are kind of holding back a little bit because of it. So we're just kind of in that weird kind of So yeah. So I'm super stoked. We do have a bunch of tournaments coming up, and I am stoked about that. I'm finally going to get to play with Trish Dangle in Omaha.
Yeah, I'm super excited to get to experience my first draft experience in Omaha.
How drunk are you going to get, Trish?
That's a great question. Probably a lot. On a scale of 1 to a lot, probably a lot drunk.
What kind of drunk are you? Are you like lovey-dovey, friendly drunk, or are you like angry, mad at the world drunk?
That's a great question. I think I'm obnoxious. I think I just get really obnoxious when I'm drunk. I don't think there's like an anger there. I don't think I like love people anymore. I think I just get louder.
Hey, listen, I'm like that too. Like you heard that clip I played where, I talked about how drunk I get, and I know it's a rough night whenever you got to pray at the end of that night that, hey, if I wake up, I promise I'll never drink again. And I'm always lying when I say that, but I do make the effort to pray. And but the only getting old, it just sucks. I used to be able to go hard. I used to go all night long, Trish. And now it's if I do that, it's trouble in the morning. What's the worst part of hangovers for you?
Well, not to like get too serious, but I get migraines really frequently.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't even really get like hangover, I get like a nasty migraine that puts me out for like 2 days. So
Oh, I just,
it's even worse. I'd much rather get a hangover and be like hugging the toilet all day than like in bed dying.
listen, I've had some nasty hangovers, and it's usually my gut that bothers me the most. But man, I've probably puked. Like in Boston, I had a really bad one. I probably puked at like every Revolutionary War monument there, even on top of the Green Monster. I've left some Nick DNA, and I'm talking about vomit, of course. And
Thanks for clarifying.
you're welcome. I know where you were going. But yeah, so, but I am stoked about the tournaments. You know, as I get older and wiser, I learn, you know, not to pace myself, not just come out of the gate flying. As much fun as that is when I do that, I mean, you know, it's going to be a night when I come out of the gate flying, but I've learned that it's just going to be that night, and I'm going to be a wreck for the next 2 days. But, you know, we did
It's a
have
marathon, not a sprint.
for sure. And so we had a huge announcement today, Trish. I don't know if you saw that. Were you a part of that?
I did. I hopped on that live as soon as I saw that you were there.
So I love the true. I love America first. I love Canada too, but I love America, and I love the troops, and I'm super, super grateful. Their sacrifices let us do what we want to do, whether it be this podcast or hockey tournaments. Like I know that everyone owes them a debt of gratitude, and so does my business partner Randy. And you know, we just heard some people some bad mouthing some troops, and it got us thinking, like, what can we do to show our appreciation? And we were just like, well, Randy said, why don't we do a draft experience, but only let military people come? And I was like, oh, that would be really rad. I was like, but let's get even crazier. Let's have a draft experience where it's only military people and nobody pays to play in it. And, you know, that was me, you know, talking, you know, writing checks that my ass can't cash, what my dad used to tell me. And so now we're on the hustle to make this happen. And it is going to happen. We've announced it June 25th through 27th, right outside Madison, Wisconsin, a week after the BLPA Bash. We'll have a team tournament. I'll stick around in the beautiful, beautiful city of Madison, checking out, you know, the cheese. I hear they have great cheese up that area. And
Lots of breweries in that area too.
Hey, beer and cheese is the way to roll. And so then we'll do the BLPA Bash, and then we'll do the military appreciation draft experience. And it's going to be absolutely, how do I say it? Electric, I think.
No, I'm excited. I think that's an awesome idea, and I'm excited to help out there and volunteer and make that happen.
Here, like I don't want to cast any negativity on this event, but I like to play devil's advocate sometimes. I've seen some military tournaments, and I've seen some shit go down at military tournaments. So the one thing, and I get it, you get a bunch of, you know, really ultra super competitive people all at one place playing a sport. It leads to some, you know, some things, you know, and I get, hey, you know, that's who I would want fighting for me too. Super ultra competitive, win at all cost. I get that. But hopefully the one thing that we're going to have to rein in is, hey, don't be a dick. We're just here to have fun. But I don't know. We got to say, hey, if you fight, you're just booted out of here. But I mean, I've seen whole teams bench clearing brawls at some of these military. We could kick out whole teams here. So
I hope it doesn't get to that level.
I don't think it will, but you know, I mean, we should always be prepared, I suppose, mitigation plans and such.
But
so,
don't be a dick. That's the rule. That's the one rule.
That
Everybody
is the one,
knows that.
the big one. That's the biggie.
Yeah.
So yes, we have that. So we had the Florida one in January, and then we go to Vegas. Randy's getting married in Vegas, and Nikki Commish getting to officiate that wedding at the draft party.
Yeah. Wow, that's a big deal.
That is
for event.
I'm gonna dress up in an Elvis costume, 100% for sure.
Ooh,
their wishes,
their
wishes, not mine. Hey, I tried to get you to come out and play.
Allegedly, yeah.
And you're trying to tell
that's how it is now.
And you're trying to tell me and Danny Vibes that you weren't any good. That's your bush league, and it's your sandbagging us already.
I'm not you'll see in Omaha. You'll see. My skill level's not anything to brag about.
You already told me you're getting super drunk, so I won't be able to tell if that's just like lack of skill or hungover. Migraine.
I play a lot better when I'm drunk, so.
Just keep feeding her. Full send. So we got a bunch of tournaments coming up. I hope you guys will join us. You can check them out at tournamentcompany.com.
If you're Digging the show? Support us through patreon.com/BeerLeagueINC.
The most greatest.
So we do have a bunch of people that support us on Patreon, and this is how we make things happen, like the free military draft experience. I don't want to say it like that because then they think I'm actually trying to draft them, but we have people that support us through Patreon, and that's how we make these cool things happen. Super huge shout out to the Beer League gods, Mr. Null and Mr. Minch, supporting us at the highest level. We appreciate you guys. You guys are rad. Hopefully we'll see you guys at some events this year. That would be incredible. So, but if you want to support us, if you want to support the free military draft experience, just, hook us up on Patreon, or you can shoot us a Venmo or a PayPal. If you donate $50 or more, you get a free BLPA camo shirt, and that's what we're using to raise money. Not only do the tournament, once we do the tournament, whatever money we raise after that's going to go to some charities. One special charity that I want to give a shout out to, Escape for the 22. Escape for the 22 is a charity that helps educate and gives veterans the help they need, just regarding suicide prevention, because the statistics say that every day 22 vets take their own lives. And so these guys, Escape for the 22, personal friends of mine, buddies, great folk, they're using hockey to make a difference in the world and make it better. So you can't argue with anything like that. So that's kind of what that'll go to. But other than that, Trish, what's on the docket next?
Oh, we're using our fancy word docket. I love that.
Nailed it.
So I want to talk about some NWHL news that I'm really excited about. Big steps for women's hockey. And then we've got some Festivus grievances to air.
Can we go ahead and say, like, it's 2020 and how are people anti-women's hockey these days? Isn't that?
I mean, I would say the same thing, but there's a lot of people out there that are really not okay with women playing hockey, or at least putting that on TV.
And you know what is incredibly asinine with that is these women that they're I'm not going to watch the women on TV because I'm a man and they're not as strong as us. Those guys, these women are like way better at hockey than they ever can imagine being, that's what blows my mind. Like, let's watch some hockey. They're skilled. Of course, they're not as big and fast as NHL guy. And fast is even a misnomer because, what is it? Kendall Coyne?
Kendall Coyne.
Coyne, yeah. She can fucking fly. Straight up fucking afterburners there. And so, like, I think even me, like, playing hockey, like, I mean, on my team, I played where, the female was the best player on the team and was just incredible. And I have a lot of friends that played in the CWHL before it disbanded. And now they're playing in this new, is it PW? What's the new women's thing?
I always get the letters mixed up, but it's the Professional Women's Hockey Player Association.
Okay, yeah. So those guys, and they're incredible. Like, they're so good, they're so talented, and they're always like, "Hey, come out and practice with us." I'm like, "Nah, listen, I'm not gonna hold up your practice while I make it to the other end of the ice while you guys are laughing at me here." And so, like, I don't know. I never I'm super stoked anytime I hear women's hockey mentioned, because I mean, there's so many talented females that play. I'm of the essence, and I know you're probably against this, that I just want to play together in a co-ed league as far as beer league goes. But I do know, like, I've heard the concerns of females saying, well, the guys, they're just bigger. So when a 230 pound guy falls on a 110 pound female, like, she's going to get hurt. So I get that. So I understand there needs to be difference, but I mean, I love hearing the success of female hockey players. I love when things go their way, and I hope it continues to. Although that one time Hilary Knight blew me off for an interview, but other than that, I love female hockey.
If we could get Hilary Knight on here, that would be.
I would tell her this
story.
Cool.
She's amazing.
She was literally on my good buddy's radio show in Seattle. He messaged me and said, "Hey, she's doing promo for her stuff. You should message her." And so I did. And I said, "Hey, like, my buddy up here, like," and she's like, "Oh, you have people?" And I'm like, "No, I just have a buddy that said you were doing." And she's like, "Have your people call my people." And I'm like,
"She's too professional for you."
I was like, "I guess that's a no." Okay. And then so now I just said, well, Hilary Knight obviously hates beer league. So let's keep that going until she comes on and changes our mind. Change my mind.
We're not starting that rumor.
Hey, change my
mind,
Hilary. I don't want to
start that.
Change my mind.
Yikes. Oh my gosh. Anyways, I think it's just amazing that we're going to get to watch the Isabel Cup on TV. That's so much fun. And, like, more hockey. Who's going to be mad at more hockey? Like we're going to have the NHL back at that point. We're going to have these games on TV. I mean, it's the semifinal and the final. We're not going to get to watch the whole playoff series, but that's more hockey for us to watch. And I'm pretty excited about that.
I'm super stoked too. Isabel Cup is the NWHL championship.
Yeah.
What was the CWHL? Do you know that one?
I don't remember.
I should know that one because I got to hold it and rub it and lift it up over my head. I mean, I didn't win it, but I could never win it. That's why I was able to do that. Would you ever touch them? Like, is there that superstition around the Stanley Cup, like of the Isabel Cup? You can't lift it over your head unless you want it. I
mean, out of respect, I wouldn't do that, you know? But what if I probably won't get close to it anyway?
But what if we had them the winners on our show and we were in person and they brought the cup and they said you can touch it and lift it over your head? Would you do it?
I wouldn't lift it over my head. I might touch it.
I would lift it right over my head. I would stand there.
Of course you would, because you love bad luck.
It's not bad luck. Just, I want to feel like I'm doing something with that thing. I want to lift it up, let people know I've had it in my hands and I've touched it and I've felt it, and yeah.
Feel like a winner without actually winning.
Hey, what's better? Yeah, so I'm super stoked about that. I mean, and here's the only weird thing about more hockey coming is they keep saying that this is the date for the NHL, and I can't remember off the top of my head. It's like January 13th.
Yeah, January 13th.
But here we are, December 22nd today, and and like there's no schedules really out. I mean, they're saying, oh, we're going to report, but it just doesn't seem like it's loosey-goosey, like not that something you'd expect from a professional sports organization.
Yeah, I'm a little concerned that it's going to get pushed back, and I'm curious if because you can last minute push things back right now because you can blame it on COVID restrictions or COVID regulations.
Just like every shipping carrier out there does right now.
Yeah. And I'm curious if when these like training camps start on December 31st for the teams that didn't make playoffs, I'm curious if that's when we're going to get schedules or if that's when we're going to get another announcement of a pushback.
Do you think, like you've seen like NFL games have been canceled, Major League Baseball games have been canceled. Do you think we're going to have a lot of cancellations? Like it sounds like they're going to be testing every day. Do you think we're going to have a lot of hockey cancellations? Because they're not doing the bubble.
I think they handled it. No, but I think from the bubble, they learned enough to figure out how to manage it well, and they've learned from other leagues how to manage it well. So I'm really hoping, and I think hockey players are just smarter than other athletes.
I am a hockey player, but
not to like throw any shade, but I think these guys want to play, and they're not going to mess that up. At least that's what I'm thinking in my head, so that we don't get canceled games. Well, but I think they learned how to handle it a little bit.
You're just talking yourself up because I don't want to catch COVID, right? And I would think that everyone here hasn't been like, I want to catch COVID and let's do it. Like no one wants to catch it. So I don't think it's a matter of just being smarter. Maybe more vigilant is the key. The testing is the key, being able to isolate people away.
Yeah.
But it's not, and I get it. Like these guys
making smarter choices.
It's but you say that like the Major League ball players were out at a casino. NFL players have been at like, charity things without a mask. But you know what? You also have a lot of young guys in the NHL that they think they're invincible. So maybe, we see hockey players make dumb decisions all the time. And so the only thing that I worry about is obviously that the young, dumb and stupid. And I say that not being, negative towards the guy. They're just, a lot of them are young and like they still have to make their mistakes in life. I mean, look how old I am. I make mistakes every day. And then you have like the injuries because you don't have the full training camp. I would guess these guys, they're making millions of dollars a year. So they're probably staying up on the training. So yeah, but still injuries are bound to happen, right?
Yeah. Yeah. There's so much still up in the air. I'm really curious to see like, what are those, 4 extra days going to do for those teams that weren't in playoffs? Like they've been sitting for how long?
I'm excited to see the taxi squad. And I'm wondering how I can get on NHL taxi squad. Because this sounds like the perfect job for me. I just travel around. I don't want to play. I would want to play in the NHL, but I know my limitations. But here we are. The guy that Mr. Beer League. What more press can your NHL team want than having Mr. Beer League on the taxi squad? And I just, I shuffle around with the other taxi squad guys. I hang out with the team. We're all buds, drinking brews. I don't want COVID. They don't want COVID. This is a win-win situation for the NHL. So, hit me up, BLPA Big Show. I know you want to.
I think what you need is to get people so that
on board,
they can get in touch with the NHL people.
Okay, we have 14,500 members in the BLPA. We need all of you to share, to tweet, to get with the NHL and get Mr. Beer League on attack. Listen, here's the problem.
One problem.
I've shit talked the Oilers and the Canucks and even the Leafs. But what happens if they offer me a spot on the taxi squad? Am I supposed to turn that down out of my loyalty for the Flames? Am I only the Flames taxi squad or bust at this point?
No, you got to take what you can get in that situation.
I think so. And I'm 100% certain I skate the same speed as James Neal for sure for the Oilers. And I'm fairly sure I could sneak at least one past Mike Smith. So I wouldn't be too far out of place on the bottom on the bottom levels of the Oilers. They're a top heavy team. They got McDavid, they got Draisaitl, they got to pay those guys a lot of money. So they got to take, lower level players. So maybe I would definitely take the Oilers up but listen, that doesn't mean I have to like them. They're just my
no, that's not.
They're just my employers for a season, right? And
yeah.
And hey, listen, if something happens and I'm out on a draft experience, they're just gonna have to understand. Sorry, I know I'm on the taxi squad, but I got real shit going on right here with the draft experience in the Beer League Players Association.
Real hockey to attend to.
I got real hockey. This isn't Oilers hockey. This is real Beer League hockey.
The important stuff. And then while you're making those deals, you can also make a deal to get the BLPA logo on the NHL helmets.
How much do you think that would cost? Like,
if you have to ask, it's too much.
No, that's untrue. Like, okay, like what if I had $1 billion, but I still want to know how much of my $1 billion they wanted to put a logo on. Like, I'm just curious what it would cost. And does size matter? I'm of the opinion size doesn't matter, Trish. So I would take a really, really small one on the back for sure. Just little bitty.
You'd take a really small one on the back?
I would. And wouldn't you too for the brand, Trish? 100%. I know you would. It's just a little small one on the back of the helmet. And as long as we knew and we could brag about it. Like, look at us. Right?
Look at us.
Look at us, right on the back of helmets. I do wonder how much it costs. Like, I know it's a pretty penny for sure, but
oh, absolutely. I couldn't even ballpark that, to be honest. I have no clue.
Well,
I think I also would imagine those deals have probably already been made.
But yeah, there's always money talks, Trish. All right, money talks. All right, if we come to them with a couple bones, you never know. I mean, you go to maybe the Panthers, where they don't have many fans. They're taking whatever they can get. I mean, maybe the Canucks. Is there any other irrelevant teams in the NHL?
Wow. I don't want to get hated on by anybody, so I'm not going to throw too much shade.
No hate. Just
you can take the heat on these ones.
No hate. But speaking of NHL and injuries and what happens when people get hurt, up next is our interview with Bones. And you can find Bones on Instagram at dimbones_dimbones. That's DEMBONES.
Turn it up. Be a beauty. Listen, subscribe, rate, and review. Let's get it.
All right, guys, here we are. Trish and I were with an emergency backup goalie for the Nashville Predators. I found the guy because I saw this idiot, and I say that as a term of endearment, playing pickup hockey in old vintage retro pads. And I was like, you know what? We've had all this goalie talk in the Beer League Players Association. We got to get this guy on. And so I reached out, and here he is. And we're just going to call him by his nickname because it's badass. Bones, what's going on? Thanks for being here.
Yeah, thanks, man. Thanks for having me.
Hey, no problem. So, I mean, let's get started first. I mean, we're going to let's go through and learn a little bit about you. Trish is going to ask you 10 rapid fire questions. No wrong answers.
Yeah,
no wrong answers. Whatever's off the top of your head. These are some hot topics from the BLPA, and you might get some flack over your answers, but especially from Nick. but that's
Oh
all
yeah,
right.
I'm here for it.
All right, great. So we're gonna start off with a tough one: ranch or blue cheese?
Oh, we're going blue cheese with the wings.
Yes, love it. Good answer. Does a goalie pay league fees or no?
Absolutely not. No way.
Just end it now.
Nick's
We're out of
already
here.
upset.
Already heated. Let's go.
Yeah.
We've got more questions to go here.
Yeah, just at the top. So Bauer or CCM?
CCM all day.
Nice. Giver or receiver?
Ooh, giver.
Nice. Best locker room beer?
We end up passing around a lot of PBRs, to be honest.
Oh wow. That's an interesting one. All right. Favorite team?
Preds.
I was gonna
Gotta
say,
go
are you like
Preds.
legally obligated to say the Preds?
Yeah, according to my contract, I just got to say Preds every time.
Yeah, makes sense. Favorite player?
Favorite player is Pecorine, and that is not contractual either. That's just genuinely my favorite player.
That's absolutely fair. Awesome. White or black tape?
Black Tape Bandits, baby.
Nice. I'm liking all these answers. Post game meal? What's the best post game meal?
Post game meal. I'm a big fan of tacos. I'm not gonna lie. I'll slam some tacos after hockey.
Are you going Taco Bell or are you going local taco place?
There are times where games are late, and I'll run over to Taco Bell real quick. But there's some pretty good taco spots here in town.
Yeah, I bet. Awesome. I'm a Taco Bell girl all day. No shame. Short and hard or long and soft?
Short and hard.
Nice.
All
Good
day.
answer. Yeah, those are all of the important questions.
That's now you know
that
a
we
little bit
have.
more about Bones. Obviously, I mean, with those first two questions, you can tell true weirdo, true goalie. So, I mean, I didn't expect
Gotta
anything
represent.
else. You got to represent for sure. Well, I do want to ask you some questions about being an emergency backup goalie, but first, let's go with what brought you here. How I discovered you, and that's playing hockey in retro gear. One, tell me what gear you were wearing, how old it was, and then a little bit about why you would even think that would be a good idea.
Well, everything's from the mid 80s. I tried to get everything kind of in that 80s area. I really wanted to get, that mid 80s look and everything like that. But the leg pads are some old Jofa pads that I ended up finding. The helmet was the old school Cooper SK2000 with the HM30. Ended up finding some old gloves. My dad found some up in New Hampshire, so he sent those down to me. And actually, I got this old Vaughn chest protector. Like that thing there's nothing to it. It's tiny. It's scary, honestly.
I was gonna say, weren't you nervous getting in net with all that stuff on? Like that's like wearing player gear in net, if that.
Yeah. So the kind of funny thing is the pants, they're old Cooper pants, but I think they're old player pants because I think around the mid 80s is when goalie specific pants were starting to come out. So those were player pants, but I ended up beefing everything up. I got a beefed up undershirt. I put a player girdle on under the pants. So like I doubled up on everything.
That's smart.
And how did it go?
It went great. When we actually started playing, the first goal hit me right between the legs, and there's no padding there. So I definitely felt that one. The glove was like paper thin, so everything that hit my palm kind of hurt. But I mean, other than that, it went great.
But I mean, you could play beer league games and that no problem. And listen, as the only goalie not here, I heard you answer that question. You said goalies shouldn't have to pay, and I got you. But they say, look at what we have to pay on equipment. You're out here playing in retro pads that you probably get for $200. So the equipment argument isn't a thing anymore, right?
Yeah, I mean, everything was a lot cheaper compared to the modern stuff, but considering I'm risking life and limb, I feel like I don't have to pay anything.
I thought that was just part of being a goalie, risking life and limb. So, I mean, did you just shits and giggles, or like were you just sitting around going, I wonder what it feels like to play in that stuff?
Well, I've had the old school helmets for a while. I kind of got into those. I forget how long ago now. My dad got me a Cooper helmet. It was the Hasek style. It had like the Hasek cage on it, and so I wore those with my normal stuff, and then I kind of got into like, what if I started wearing some vintage stuff? And then there's actually another guy, Charles Partridge, I think his name is. He runs the account Cooper Goalie. and he does a ton of beer league games and vintage stuff. And I'm like, oh man, like I can do this, man. Let me get some vintage gear and throw it on and play in it.
That's
What
pretty.
does the rest of your collection look like? Like, do you have a
It's
room full of gear, or?
so I have a big shed out back full of it's mostly modern stuff. I have like 3 sets of gear, not including the vintage stuff. Like I have so much gear, it's kind of ridiculous.
That seems to be the goalie way, though. It's
That's
like once you start, you just keep collecting.
Oh yeah.
the number one reason why I'm not a goalie is because I know that my collection would be absolutely asinine. Like I only wear Eagle gloves. I just got two new pairs of customs, so I have 90 pair of Eagle gloves. So I can't play.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
I can't play goalie because I'd have to get another house just to store. I'd have like 50 different sets, and so that's the number one reason why I can't play goalie. But I mean, hey, you got to look good sometimes to play good, I feel.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I feel the same way. I agree.
So what is your favorite brand of goalie gear?
So I had always worn CCM, but of course CCM and Lefebvre just split. And considering Lefebvre was designing all their gear, I've stuck with Lefebvre. But of course now Lefebvre has been acquired by True. So moving into 2021, there's a possibility I could end up in True gear. I don't know. I'm in Lefebvre set right now, which I absolutely love. But of course I still have my old CCM stuff too.
So kind of transitioning over to the emergency backup for the Predators conversation. Like, do they just give you your gear now because you're an emergency backup? So now you just get like a set just in case you have to go?
Yeah, kinda. So like they kind of hook me up here and there. It's not like they give me like a full set. They ended up hooking me up with some pants, like chest protector, some sticks. I think a while back they ended up giving me a helmet. So they take care of me, but like when it comes to my custom stuff, I get that all myself because Pecorino is too big for me and Saros I think is a little too small. So I kind of have to go like my own route and get my own stuff.
So how do you become an emergency backup? Like, have you always been in Nashville, or did you move to Nashville? I mean, it doesn't seem like not knocking Nashville. I'm from Oklahoma, for crying out loud. So it doesn't seem like to be it's the hockey hotbed, but it for a long time, if it was like Oklahoma, there wasn't much hockey going on there at all.
Oh yeah, no, it's definitely grown over the years, but I actually kind of got my in during the lockout in 2012. I skate with a guy around town. His name's Timmy McAllister, and he trains pros over the summers, and it's usually smaller groups, and he usually has me out. But that summer going into I think it was the 2012 season. I don't remember if it was that year or whatever, but I ended up practicing with the entire team for like the 3 months during the lockout. So fast forward a couple years later when the emergency rule came into play, they hit me up, and I already kind of had that relationship established.
That's pretty rad. So what if you can talk about this? I don't know if you can. Like, what does a contract look like for an emergency backup? Like, are you signed through the year? Do you have to go to all the games? Like, how does this work?
It's I've realized it's kind of different city to city. I've got to know a couple other emergency goalies with other teams, and here in Nashville, it's very loose. I got a phone call from the goalie coach, and he said, "Hey, like, do you want to be the emergency goalie?" I'm like, "Yeah, duh, like, of course I do." So now it's just kind of like a text or a phone call, like, "Hey, do you want to do this again this year? Like, what's up or whatever." And and then I get random invites to practices whenever they need me, and yeah, I go to all the games, so they give me 2 tickets to all the games. I park where all the players park and bring all my gear with me and just kind of hang out just in case.
You have to wear a suit and walk in, like for like the pregame intros when they show players walking in, and you just try to get on the camera, or what?
No, I usually let them come in looking really good, and then I show up in just kind of street clothes
Nice. That's true beer
and just
league
hang
right
out.
there. True beer league.
Yeah, right.
So like, I know Pekka's your favorite dude. And then there's the backup Saros. Like are you like, hey, listen, something's got to happen. I want to get in, or are you just, you don't really care. You're a little nervous about getting in, or how close have you been? I guess is the question.
So I have gone down and gotten dressed. There was a game against the Boston Bruins. Roman Josi took a shot, hit Tuukka Rask right in the throat in the first period. So during intermission, I get a phone call to come down and get dressed in Tuukka Rask gear because at the time I didn't have my own gear. So sat in the locker room, in the Bruins locker room, in Tuukka Rask stuff, and that was about as close as it got. I never actually got in or anything, but Yeah, I mean, as far as I love Pex and UC, so I would hate to see them get hurt as much as I would love to play. But I mean, if it comes around, I'm ready. I'm there. I'm,
Like,
I'm,
hey,
I'm
like,
excited to get
are
up.
you nervous? Like, would you be nervous? Like, how high hockey did you
Oh,
play?
absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, I played college club here, which is about as high level as I played. But after practicing with the Preds for so long, I feel like I would settle in. Not that I would be a stud by any means, but I would for sure be super nervous at first.
Like, because
What goes through your head and you're like sitting in that gear in the locker room with the potential to go out on the ice?
Well, it was kind of a similar thing, like super nervous at first. It was like, holy crap, like this is happening. Like, what the fuck is going on? Like, but settling down and settling in with it, the excitement kind of grew. Like, oh, I have an opportunity to play an NHL game right now, and by the time the third period had started that game, I was like, yo, put me in. Like, let me play. Like, I'm ready.
Listen, if you ever get in, I don't care what happens to the lead up here. I want you to tell the story just like this. I was in line at the beer stand. I had a hot dog in one hand and a beer in the other, and I just get the phone call and I just rush right down, because that would be like the true beer league. Like, hey, I'm slamming beers and I got the call. That's what happens, right?
Yeah.
So, and like, I couldn't even do this emergency backup. Like, I went through like a beginner program as a goalie because the league I was working for needed some help. And like, so you go through 8 sessions of training, and then you have 4 scrimmage games before you actually go into the league. And those first 2 games, I thought I was a natural. Like, I gave up 2 goals in both games. I went into the third period of both with a shutout. And so I was 2-0 and had like a 2.00 GAA. And I thought I was something. I was like, oh, I missed my calling. And, so my team loved me. They're giving me all pats on the booty. Hey, way to go. But then the next 2 games, I gave up 10 goals and 12 goals, and my team wouldn't even look at me. And that's when I realized why being a goalie sucks, because when you're good, everyone loves you. But when you have a couple off games, they don't even want to look at you.
Oh yeah. No, I have a bad beer league game, and I don't even want to look at my teammates in the locker room. And they're the guys are good about it, and they say everything's all right and everything, but I'm like, holy fuck, man, I just like blew that one. Like it's tough, definitely.
Yeah, I can let you know as a guy that's been as a player, like, it's not all right. Like, I'm joking. We just want to win at all
As a
costs.
defenseman,
Well, yeah.
I'm always blaming myself. I would never, like, it's very rarely am I like, he should have covered the post a little bit more.
Yeah.
It's not my fault. Like, I had the guy outside.
No, my team blames the
Yeah,
goalie. The
over
goalie
the
blames
years,
my
I've
team.
definitely learned to kind of let things go.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome, man. I mean, that's cool. I just found out about the emergency backup literally right before we got on, but I think that's pretty cool. And so your emergency backup, you're playing shinny pickup hockey in old vintage stuff, but then you also have been. I'm taking Trisha's question here, but that's what I'm the main host, so I get to do that kind of stuff. You're also out there taking shots from old Pavel Barber. What's that like?
Yeah. Man, I'm not gonna lie. The first time I met the kid, I thought he was gonna be an asshole. Like, me and Colby flew into Toronto. We were going to this outdoor rink. It was still warm out, so nothing was frozen. We were just gonna go play roller hockey. But we walk up. He says, "Hey, what's up?" Super nice guy. Like, did not expect him to be such a nice guy, but the guy really is exactly what he is. Like, he's an incredible stick handler. He's a great skater. Like, he really is like as good as he looks in his videos.
So I saw a couple videos about the best save that you ever made in your life that you made off of him, and it was pretty rad. Like, I would upload that video every day if that was me. I would never. It would be every day. That would be my video.
700 posts.
Exactly.
Of the same video.
I would just make an.
You think he's exaggerating, but he's not.
I would make an Instagram account, and that's all it did. There was never anything else. It was just that one every day. But yeah, Pavel is incredible on his videos, and I've never got to meet him. And I was telling you, I'm buddies with Colby too, and Colby runs MD Media, and he's out of Nashville as well. He was at our draft experience in Nashville. Rad dude. I was actually supposed to meet you guys out there and do some stuff because I did another podcast and we were going to hang out. And I can't remember what happened, but I saw the videos after you agreed to come on. I was like, oh, geez, I could have met this guy already. So the thing that blows my mind about Pavel and hockey in general is that you have guys that are that good and that skilled that aren't in the NHL. So how good do those guys in the NHL have to be that they're heads and shoulders above Pavel?
Yeah. Well, like you don't really realize it. You can go watch NHL pros practice, you can watch them at games, and you can see their skill, and you're like, well, okay, yeah, these guys are pros, they're good at hockey. But it's not until you jump on the ice, you start skating with them, and you're like, holy shit, man, these guys are sick. Like they really are head and shoulders above the rest. I mean, like Pavel Barber, sick player, and I think he would tell you that there's a reason why he's not in the show, and it's the same for myself too. Like there's a reason I'm not in the show. There's a reason why I'm an emergency goalie, but. Yeah, man, it's just insane, like how good these guys are.
Yeah, I always said that just watching on TV and watching there, I want to get full dressed, and I want to take like an open ice hit from like Dustin Bufflin, just to see what it feels like. And it sounds
You
really
would
good.
crumble.
That's what I
for
know.
sure.
But like I'm looking at it, I'm like, oh, that doesn't seem that hard. Like it doesn't seem like.
But that's an experience.
Exactly. So I should, and then maybe I do it, but I do like those police dog dummies that have all those padding, and I just start skating up like this, and then just let someone blow me up and see what happens. Sounds like it'd be really funny, but I also now am realistic as I'm on that downhill slide to 40 that I might be in bed for a week afterwards.
Oh yeah, no, you'll definitely be feeling it for sure. But I've actually thought it would be funny to kind of do something similar, but do like this like super slow-mo video of like me as a goalie just getting blown up by somebody like behind the net or something like that.
I'll do that. Like I'll be that skater. So I'm just
Let's go.
I'm volunteering. Hey, you know what actually would be really funny is if you did it super slow-mo and it was you and a goalie and you used your goalie sticks like you were doing a medieval joust just to see what would happen.
Oh, that's not a bad idea either.
Trademark, copyright.
Just to see like who would crumble first.
Well, I mean, this is a new sport now. We got goalie jousting, right? So you gotta find something to do with your free time when you're not playing hockey or goalie jousting.
Oh yeah, you got to get creative.
Yeah. See, I think if there were other players on this show that were skaters and not goalies, I think they would enjoy that idea. So let me ask you this: what's the beer league scene out around the Nashville area? How often are you playing out there? How's everything going right now with COVID and all that good stuff?
So we've definitely been growing as far as men's league. We just put up a new rink. I forget how long ago, maybe a year and a half. Yep. So the beer leagues have definitely been growing, but like the higher level leagues are not really growing that much. So there's really like one or two leagues that are considered like really like the top leagues. But the league that I play in Centennial, which is kind of close to downtown, has guys that have played pro, guys like, I mean, Ryan Smith moved down here not too long ago, so we got Captain Canada in that league. We got JP Dumont, who used to play with the Preds, and and then of course there's guys that played college and junior and all that good stuff.
Yeah, I played with a couple of those. We were down for like a premier hockey tournament last year, and there was a couple of their A-League guys out there, and they were pretty stinking good. One guy literally had a beer in his hand, and he was stick handling with the other one, and he went down and scored a goal like that, and we're like, what the fuck is going on? But I mean, that's just what happens. So you do have Centennial, you play at that one. Then there's the Predators, which is Antioch and Bellevue, and I hear they're actually adding a third rink here. They're talking about doing breaking ground on a third one. Does Henderson sound correct?
I think they just, I want to say Clarksville.
Yeah,
I think they just broke ground in Clarksville maybe a couple of weeks ago. So yeah, I mean, and then there's talks of another rink going up, I think in Hendersonville. And then I think I heard something about a facility that was an indoor soccer facility just got bought out to be used as a hockey facility, I think. So, I mean, there's here in the next 5 years, I would say there's going to be rinks everywhere.
Well, I'll tell you, I know it took us forever to find ice for our draft experience, but we did do that over the 9/11 weekend, and it was pretty rad. Other than it rained all weekend, but other than that, I mean, I love Nashville. I love going there. We'll have to slam some beers next time we're there. You're probably too good of a goalie for our draft experience. It'd be a little uneven because it'd be you versus old Frankie Panico. And
Panico.
Hey, tell.
No,
listen. Tell a story.
Oh.
Tell a story about just any good story about Frank. I want to pump his tires. I love the guy. He's always around our draft experiences, and so I want to give him some love on the show.
You know what? Frank has actually painted 2 of my masks, and he just kind of picked it up, and like this guy's kind of incredible at almost everything he does,
Mm-hmm.
or maybe like mediocre at best. I don't know.
He's medium incredible.
Yeah, but he did my first one. I was like, man, this is absolutely sick. And then I ended up getting another set of gear, and he did my second mask for me. And I don't think he paints masks anymore, but man, he did a great job with it.
Well, hey, next time you see him, and he'll listen to this, 'cause I'll make him. Just remind him about that time that I came down the wing. Me and him locked eyes. We locked eyes, and I told him, I'm going top shelf. And then I pinged one off that barn in so hard. Like, he's still here. This is 3 years ago, I think. And I think he still has nightmares about that. Whenever I skate around him, I think he hears the Jaws music. So,
yeah,
so
yeah, I'll definitely let him know.
Just remind him about that one. But other than that, hey, dude, thanks for your time. Like, we really appreciate it. Before we get out of here, we got this charity trivia question thing we're going. Basically, the idea is if I beat you, you donate to a charity of my choice. But if you beat me, we have to donate to a charity of your choice. So, Trish, hit it.
Yeah, so this is going to be a rough go. This is our first time doing this, so we're going to be building it from the ground up here.
Are you asking both of us? Oh, what's the buzz sound like?
You're going to buzz in by just yelling your name.
Okay.
It's as easy as it is. And then you get a point if it's right, and the other person gets a chance to steal the answer if you're wrong.
Okay.
And if it comes down to a closest answer wins, that works too. We'll figure out the rules as we go, otherwise.
Yeah, this is true beer league here.
Y'all ready? Buzzers ready?
Yep.
Buzzers are ready.
All right. What do you call a player who's not very good and having a tough time with their skates?
Nick, that's me.
Bones.
Oh, I think Nick got it first.
Yeah.
Get after it.
Wait, no, what did you say?
Me. That's me. That's what you call a player. Me, myself.
No, the answer is Bender.
Absolutely it is.
Yeah, how am I wrong? That's what I am. I am the definition of a bender. Okay, well, I'll give it to him.
You don't make the rules here, Nick. I make the rules.
Yeah, I got outvoted. Okay.
All right. Which NHL team once drafted a player that didn't exist?
Nick.
Bones.
Oh, Bones. You got this one.
I'm just going to take a wild guess and say Arizona.
You are wrong. Nick.
I'm going to take a wild guess because this team is trash. They've always been trash. The Edmonton Oilers.
Wow, you're both wrong. I thought you were taking a shot at me there, but it's the Buffalo Sabres.
Oh, no. But
no way.
The Edmonton Oilers are trash.
The guy didn't exist?
Didn't exist at all. They got, they put up a locker for him and everything.
How does that happen?
It was,
When?
It happens in the 70s. That's how it happens.
Oh, okay. Gosh, no internet.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay, well, still
right.
1-0.
Next question. What is Darth Vader's real name?
Bones. Anakin Skywalker.
Absolutely.
Listen,
Nick, this is embarrassing for you.
Hey, listen, I'm not a Star Wars guy. So I'm just like, I don't know, Darth.
Yikes.
So one more and he's got it, I think. Because we're going best of 5.
Got some time.
Best of 5,
We've
right?
got 10.
Oh, whoa.
So you're telling me there's a chance.
Oh, boy. Okay,
Yeah.
Here I go.
Yeah, you got time to pick it back up, so don't suck. Which pop star burnt down her home gym with candles? This happened in 2020.
Britney Spears.
Nick. Yep.
Bam! Got it.
I was going to guess that just as a guess.
No, hey, I know. I'm up.
That would have been a good guess.
I'm up on Brit. You don't even worry about that.
Wow.
Free Britney. We're all on Britney's team this year. All right. Who is the youngest captain to win the Stanley Cup?
Bones.
Go ahead.
Taves?
Ooh, no. Nick.
Man, I was going to say Taves as well. I can't even. Geez, Stamkos? I don't know. I have no clue. I know he's not.
See, it's Crosby.
Oh,
Crosby?
No one even thinks about that guy. But yeah, you're right. He has. Wow. He's almost a big a scumbag as Wayne Gretzky with all those records. So
we're not going to get into it right now. I have a lot of thoughts on Crosby. That's for another podcast. All right, Nick. I really hope you get this one.
Me too.
For your own sake. What is Joe Exotic's real name? Joe Exotic is the Tiger King. if you're unsure.
I couldn't tell you that because
That's right on the tip of my tongue.
and I'm from Oklahoma. I've been to the park. I mean, why would he not be Joe? Like, that sounds silly. Nick, Joe.
No.
Okay.
I mean, I'm looking for his full name.
I mean, I don't know. That's weird.
Well, great job. Any guesses, Bones?
Joe Erotica.
Close.
Also wrong, but a great guess.
What is his name?
Joseph Maldonado Passage.
Oh,
I heard them say that every time, and I just was like, I guess that's his real name.
get out of here.
It wasn't as important as everything else that was happening in that documentary.
No, there was too much going on.
Yeah. All right. This is a tough one. This might be leaning towards Nick to try and help him out because I assumed he wouldn't be doing very well at this point.
Oh, thanks.
You're welcome. What was the name of Elvis Presley's chimpanzee?
Oh, I don't even know that one. Jeez. I was just at Graceland, and I even saw a video. He used to lift up women's skirts and smoke cigars.
The ape smokes cigars.
Yeah. Smoke cigars and lifted up women's...
Bones. I'm going to guess Joe. Joe.
Great guess, but no. Nick.
Peanuts.
No, both wrong. His name is Scatter.
Oh, Scatter.
Which is not a great chimpanzee name to
that's,
begin with.
That's
but...
weird. Like I was literally just at Graceland when I drove from the tournament in Denver to Nashville. I stopped in Memphis and Graceland because I'm a huge Elvis fan. I knew he had one, but I guess I never it didn't go that deep. Whew.
I didn't think that was too deep, but I was trying to help you here.
Thanks. Well, there's no help in me.
I know that. All right. What does Mary Poppins say helps the medicine go down?
Nick.
Bones. A spoonful of sugar.
Yes, you're lucky you were first.
Yeah. I knew that one. Damn. Bones, you're too smart.
Right.
You're too smart, Bones.
I've got
smart and
2
handsome.
questions
Shit.
left. 2 questions left. Nick, you need to answer both of these to tie.
I got this. In the bag.
Not a lot of pressure here.
Yeah. Fill in the blank of this popular beer league hockey team name. Blank Jaeger bombs.
Blank Jaeger bombs?
We'll give a hint if you need it.
Yeah. That's...
I definitely need a hint. Yeah, let's get that hint.
First name of a hockey player.
Bones.
Yep.
Yarmir Jaeger bombs?
Oh,
yes.
Oh, what a trick question.
For the win.
What a trick question. Like neither of us know what Yarmir Jager's name is. Like, okay, I got you. I know. Hey, you fooled me. You fooled me on that. That was too easy.
Accept the loss gracefully, please.
Yeah. Hey, congratulations. What charity should I send this $20 to?
Go ahead and send over to the 365 Fred's Foundation.
Okay, I'll get that checks in the mail. 365 Preds. All right, hey Bones, we've taken up a lot of your time. I want to thank you for coming on the podcast and chatting with us. It was a pleasure. Hopefully we can, like I said, slam some beers in some Nashville Predators hockey rinks parking lots soon. I think I'll be back there in September for sure. So hopefully we'll see you. Just make sure you remind old Frankie about that goal I scored on him.
Oh, Panico. Yeah, definitely hit me up. And thanks for having me, guys.
Hey, no problem, man.
Thanks for being here.
Thank you very much. We'll see you later.
Yeah, take it easy.
Yo, crack open a cold one. The BLPA Big Show is coming right at you.
That was our new best friend of the show, Bones. I mean, I didn't ask him to confirm that, but let's just go with it. And you know what? If he never says no, I'm not their best friend, he's just our best friend. That's basically how it's going to be. Bones,
I'll start that rumor.
Yeah, Bones. Hey, Bones is a great guy. Emergency backup. We have a lot of connections. I mean, I do have a lot of connections with pro players. That's just the way it is.
That's how you're going to get on the taxi squad.
Yeah. Hey, listen, it's like usually people have 6 degrees of separation. Me, it's more like two degrees of separation. And I'm going to use that on all my resumes from here on out. 2 degrees of separation from all these pro hockey players. But we really appreciate Bones coming on. I'm kind of bummed, but I'm not bummed because I'm going to have to send $20 to the charity. of his choice. That's why I lost, because I like donating to charity, not because I didn't know the answers.
That's why you lost.
Not because I didn't know the answers, Trish. I knew every single one of those answers, but I like
Elvis
to
is
donate.
#1 fan, but doesn't know his chimpanzee's
Yeah,
name.
scatters. I knew that, right? So, but anyway, so thanks a lot for Bones coming on. Hey, try to get a lot more of those interviews. Those are good interviews. People like hearing that kind of stuff. So, hey, if the people want it, we provide it. The Beer League wants it, Mr. Beer League provides it. That's just how it is. So, all right, what's next?
All right, we are moving on to airing our grievances here for Festivus, celebrating the season.
All right, you heard them. Got a problem with you people, and you're going to hear about it. Trish, let's air your grievances.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to start off with one that I think a lot of us with late time slots for Beer League can relate to. I have a problem with refs that are so in a hurry to get home that they're not going to call icing, and I have to skate all the way down to the other end of the ice to get the puck. Dude, I don't want to skate all that hard, and you're going to make me do that? Blow the whistle. Just blow the whistle. It takes just as much time.
I like it. Is that your only grievance?
No, of course not. I have many. I have a short list today, though. I'm saving the people from all of my grievances. But my most recent grievance is don't bring your kids to Rat. If we've got a skate going on, Rat, Shinny, Pickup, whatever, don't bring your kid. If they're still in a neck guard, I don't want to skate with them. Like, I'm out here to have fun with adults and not have to watch my mouth and not have to watch how I'm skating on the ice because there's a kid skating around. I get it. It's fun to skate with your kids, but save that for friends and family skate. Don't bring them to up.
I like it. Well, we pose the question for grievances on the BLPA, and I'm going to quickly read through them. Here we go. People constantly bitching about whether goalies should pay or not. Taking a shot to the foot in pickup skates. I still haven't gotten any Nick nudes. Players who have to put their best moves on a goalie in the warm-up. That ref. You know the one. Defensemen that pass the fucking puck up the slot in their own zone like they want to start a damn bakery with all those turnovers. As a D-leaguer, how do you know which of the three people watching your game is the NHL scout? The fashion plate Barbies who are more concerned about how they look than how they play. I take offense to that, John. The guy who forgets it was his turn to bring the beer. The goalie who refuses to pay and dips his wings in ranch. COVID-19 for fucking almost the entire year up. They're up 10 goals and still doing repulsive goal sellies. I've got a problem with the people who get the Festivus date wrong.
Yeah, that was an oops on your part.
Guilty as charged. People who shoot head high from the point. All the D-men with the stick in their lane. Wearing a gray or yellow jersey to pick up. Hey, you got any sock tape? Ooh, people who spit on the floor of the locker room. Getting back to the D zone. Forwards who think they are open because they're all alone in the neutral zone. You're not open. There are 5 players on the other team between me and the corner with the puck, and you're lazy cherry picking ass. Play your damn position. I'll make the pass when we can break out. Players who never stay.
Was that me?
No. Players who never stay for drinks after. It's cool if you don't drink. I'll buy you a soda. Just stick around. It's fun. We can't play hockey, but indoor soccer is allowed. The guy who continues to take shots on net while you have your back to him while pulling pucks out of the net so the rest of the team can take more shots. Cherry picking in a drop in. I think that's it. Is that it? That's it. Oh, wait. Tin advisor with white gloves guy. And that's the BLPA's grievances. That's the grievances from the BLPA. So that's the
But what's your grievance?
Oh my God, there's too many to list.
Give me 2.
People that always ask for free stuff when they haven't done anything else to support the Beer League Players Association. I love you guys. I love doing free stuff, but know that free stuff does cost us money. People who think they can out-chug me at the draft experiences. You're wasting your time. I'll destroy you every single time.
That is confidence.
People that question my confidence. That's all I got. That's what we got.
Bringing all the big Nick energy. Commish.
Y'all need to listen.
And that's some of my grievances. I do have a lot of grievances, and I could take up this whole show, but COVID is a huge grievance as well. Fuck you, COVID. And also, another grievance of mine is people that don't bring beer to the hockey games. That's probably the biggest one. But those are my grievances. Festivus. Now let's commence with feats of strength. We're supposed to wrestle, Trish, I think.
I think that's gonna be a little bit hard over Discord.
Omaha it is. We'll get the whole draft experience. We'll have a big wrestle off and see who is the strongest at the draft experience. But other than that,
Are we gonna get wrestling like unitards too?
Singlets?
Is that what it's called?
That's what they're called. I used to be a wrestler back
Clearly
in my day.
wasn't.
Ninth grade most
Oh.
outstanding wrestler at Moore West Junior High. So just throwing that out there.
Wow.
They did misspell my
Little
name.
flex there.
They misspelled my name on the plaque. They put a space between the E and the H, but it was only my second year wrestling, and I was pretty fucking good at it. So if,
Humble brag.
I'm just warning you. I'm probably going to win this feats of strength unless there's another really good wrestler at the Omaha Draft Experience. So other than that,
I will be the other really good wrestler.
Oh, I didn't know you were a wrestler. All right, well, there we go. So we'll get our singlets.
Starting today.
We'll get singlets for everyone at the draft experience. Big wrestle off. Everyone come to Omaha. Come to one of our events. I promise you'll have fun. I mean, imagine this. No responsibilities, no problems, no drama, no ringers, getting really drunk, playing a lot of puck, having the weekend of your lifetime. Why haven't you signed up yet? TournamentCompany.com. That was a pretty good ad read. Damn,
That was a really good plug.
Hey, any other companies want to ad read? Right here. All you got to do is pay us. We'll put it right in the show. But other than that, you guys have a very good...
Guaranteed cheaper than an NHL helmet ad.
And I can promise you, way cheaper than Spit and Chicklets too. Way cheaper. So, and we still play hockey, so we're better suited for you. But other than that, guys, I hope you guys have a Merry Christmas. You guys have been rad. Thank you guys for all the support. We'll be back next week, and we'll tell you about all of our Christmas presents that we got. Trish, you got anything to say to the peoples?
Subscribe somewhere, anywhere that you listen to podcasts so you can get us every Monday. If you are able to leave us like a rating or a review, that helps other people find us, and we want to get to everybody's ear holes. So get those reviews out there. 5-star reviews only.
Yep, 5 stars only. We're getting to all the holes. And hey, guys, if you guys want to chirp me, I'll read it. We'll chirp off right here live. We'll go for it. Or if you want to say something good, if you think you're funny, if you got something to say, hey, send us an email, send us a tweet. We'll read it right on here. No big deal. Other than that, guys, you guys have a good week. Love you guys. Be good or be good at it.